world blind. Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign. I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign.
I wanna be the greatest. Everybody on the fake shit. I look around and feel like everybody is the fakest. I make this every day and I'm impatient, hoping one day I blow up from the basement. Statement, the top is so vacant. I don't hear shit that I think is amazing. Waiting for my day when I'm playing sold out shows for 1,000 faces. Hey, give me that crown, get in my way and to be put down. It ain't your place, all this my sound. If I want that shit, then I'll get it right now. I'm losing it, the noose it fits. I'm losing shit, a stupid myth. You choose to live or choose to dip. You choose to fight or lose your grip and lose a gift.
I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign. I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign.
Yeah. There's no mercy in this world, just hunger-thirsty persons in different versions. Each new update, that shit worsens. Why? Pull back the curtain and you'll see the different vermin. We all have different burdens that all seem to cause disturbance. Yo, so do me a favor, don't treat me like a neighbor. Don't need the different flavors of your problems just to savor. I've got my own issues, I need a comb to get through. Don't need to groan with you, just go get your own tissue.
I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign. I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign.
Yo, what is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another WNBA Live Play-by-Play. This time again for Game 2 of this series between the Las Vegas Aces and the Los Angeles Sparks. Both teams coming off their convincing wins in their first opening games of the 2023 season. But before we get into it, if you guys are new, make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. We're going to get ready for tip-off in just a minute. Kind of get my little overall thoughts over before we get ready for tip-off. The Aces coming off, let's be real, on a one-sided slaughtering of the Seattle Storm, 105-64. Kelsey Plum, kind of another day at the office, had 23 points. Jackie Young had herself a game with 23 points as well. Right? I mean, the only one that pretty much killed it was Jewel Lloyd, before in the most of the first half was getting, what do you call it? Was cold. But what's good, John Nell? What is up, Ron? And the Sparks, it's going to be a different looking team this year compared to last year. Different head coach, different staff and stuff like that. It's going to be interesting with Zia Cook, the Ogumake sisters. Kaylu Samuelson is right now out, and so with our same with Raquana Williams for us for the Las Vegas Aces, and. I'm good, Ron. But so far, in 16 seasons for Candace Parker, 16.3 points averaging, 8.6 rebounds, 48% from the field, 7 All-Star appearances to Shini Ogumake, 7 seasons, 11.8 points per game, 6.7 rebounds, 54% from the field, with 2 All-Star appearances to her name. So it's gonna be a lot of fun. So your starting lineup for the Aces, you got Jackie Young, Asia Wilson, Candace Parker, Kelsey Plum, Chelsea Gray. Now for the Sparks, Louisa Claraden, Erica Hamby, Chini Ogumake, Lexi Brown, and Jordan Canada. It's gonna be a lot of fun. It's gonna be a lot of fun tonight. Obviously, this is game 2, and Natalie Nakage will be the acting head coach tonight, which she is the assistant for the Aces. Obviously, part of the Becky Hammon 2-game suspension, which I have talked about earlier on my lunchtime show, which you have not checked that out. I highly recommend you do. And then Kurt Miller, with his first season with the Sparks, was a Sunset coach the last 7 seasons. All righty. It's going to be get ready fun for tip-off.
You can feel the energy, you can feel the spirit surrounding this squad day in and day out. The one thing I will say, they will be missing, as you mentioned, the cornerstone of their foundation in Neko Okumake tonight, but there's plenty of capable players inside that locker room.
So Ace is going with their old. Surprisingly, don't usually go. Usually, most time when they're on the road, they go with the red jerseys tonight, or most of the time on the road. So Chene and Wilson going to jump it off for the Sparks and the Aces. And tip-off was won by the Aces. And here we go. We got Chelsea Gray. Now hands off to Parker. Now back to Gray. Actually, up to Kelsey Plum. Now to Gray. Now out to Wilson. Wilson on the baseline. Off the glass. Good for 2. But now look, we got Jordan Canada now taking it up for the Sparks. Let's say out to Chinia Gumake. Now hands up to Hamby. Hamby for 2. Down it goes. Damn it. That was the worst thing to have my Wi-Fi cut out on me. Clarendon off the glass, and good for 2 by Lulisha Clarendon. And now here comes Gray. Now posting up on Clarendon. Out to Jackie Young. Jackie Young draw the double team. And that's off the hands turnover into the hands of Clarendon. And here comes the fast break by the Sparks. Brown for 3. Down it goes. And Lexi Brown puts the Sparks up 3. Now we got Gray. Now hands up to Jackie Young. Back to Chelsea Gray. Screened by Parker. Back goes to Parker. She pulls up for 3. That's in and out. Rebound. It goes to looks like Jordan Canada taking it up herself. Drives to the basket. And cannot get that to fall. Rebounds to Jackie Young. Now taking charge with the basketball in her hands. Now gets a screen by Wilson, drawing the double team out to Parker. Another turnover by the Aces. Here comes Clarendon. Clarendon with the steal to the basket. She goes. Cannot finish that layup. And Hamby with no good on the putback. And now we got Plum now taking it up for the Aces. Now out to Parker. And we get a foul on the floor. And that is going to be the first on the Sparks on Chinia Gumake. The 7:47 here in the first. And Gray will inbound it to Jackie Young, drawing a double team out to Parker. Parker with a handoff to Gray. 7:40 to go here in the first. Gray for 3. That cannot hit. Rebound to Lexi Brown. Brown now taking it up for the Sparks. Goes around the screen to Hamby. Good off the glass for 2. Now it's a holding 5-point lead for the Aces. And we get a timeout by the Aces. Kind of talk things over here in the first. A shout to the 8 total people that's here. And we're going to go to commercial as well. All righty. All right. Okay, so a bit of a sluggish start, which Well, sometimes you hate to really see that out from the Aces. Well, then again, what team doesn't start out sluggish? I think, but overall, I mean, right now, what I've seen so far, what I think needs to change, obviously, try to make some good selective shots. Definitely try to close out on the perimeter when you can. But I think overall, just try to like not force up shots that are not there. Try to get some good ball movement, play some good solid defense, and all that good stuff. All right. All right. So shout out to Ryan. Shout out my boy Steve and Janelle Jackson. So shout out to y'all coming in as well. Again, if you guys are new, make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Also, too, this stream is sponsored by SeatGeek. If you guys want to go check out any like sporting events, concerts, and stuff like that, especially this time of the year, make sure you use my promo code Philly Sports to save $20 off your first purchase. Because let's be real, with all these fans, or especially with these fees going away and coming in as well, which is not really making it a lot easier for you guys. So I got you guys covered with the SeatGeek. Make sure you check out my promo code down below and use my promo code Philly Sports. Just save $20 off on SeatGeek because let's be real, ticket prices are insane. Be a lot of fun. So coming back with 7:23 here in the first. Shout out to 6 that's in the chat. When you look up and see 3 championship banners, the most recent one being from 2016, and when you look at tonight's 2 rosters, you will find 3 members of that championship team. On the Los Angeles Sparks, you have Nneka Ogwumike. Sure, she is out tonight with illness, but make no mistake, she is leading this team after 12 years in LA through a. Now here comes Wilson posting up. Corendon on Wilson. And tough defense. And about to plumb. Parker for 3. That is good. Vice City Clips, to answer your question, like I did this prediction with a buddy that's a Sparks fan. I said I have us winning, but not by much because this Sparks team is a little bit different than years past. Now Lexi Brown out to Ogwumike. Back to Lexi Brown for 3. Down it goes for Lexi Brown. That's a second for Lexi Brown already. So now we got Young. Now out to Gray. Cross court out to Wilson. Now to Parker in the post. Fadeaway jumper for 2. Cannot hit. Rebound to Lexi Brown. Lexi Brown taking the charge here by the Sparks. And with the pump fake. And Kelsey Plum comes up with a steal. And another turn. Las Vegas gives it right back to the Sparks. So now we got Canada now taking it over for the Sparks. Out to Ogwumike. Now to Corendon. Gia, it's on CBS Sports Network, and that is good. Oh, that's off the side of the rim. No good. Rebound Parker. Out to Plum. Plum splits a couple defenders. Pulls up for 3. Cannot hit. Rebound to Dearica Hamby. Now hands it off to Lexi Brown. Now slowing with a slow tempo. Here early in the first. So now Brown, locked down by Jackie Young, gets a screen by Gina Ogwumike. She pulls on from deep mid-range. Down it goes. Now it's a 7-point lead for the Sparks. Now we got Gray with Corendon right on top, at the top of the perimeter. Out to Parker. Now to Wilson in the post. Tough defense. Cannot get that to fall. Oh, I'm sorry, that's actually going to be a foul on the Sparks. That's going to be their second. With 5:21 here in the first.
You don't take them. You don't have a chance to make them. And I think being able to stretch offensively.
We get 2 free throws coming for the Aces.
Also continues to build that confidence.
And Chine is still kind of, well, I would say, yeah, crazy enough. And the first free throw is good by Wilson. And Chidi is going to take a seat on the bench. And NECA is out with an illness. Asia Wilson, in her sixth NBA season, all with Las Vegas, two-time WNBA MVP, and also has a Defensive Player of the Year to her name as well. And she hits them both. 14-9. Sparks lead here early in the first. Sydney. Well, we'll see Sydney Colson later. Clarendon on a double team. Out to Hamby. Now to Lexi Brown. Good ball movement, and that is going to be a 3-point play coming. Becky will be back next game. Right now, can't think. Now, just think I lost her to the assistant. So Las Vegas has their assistant, one of their assistants right now, the acting head coach. And Hamby for the 3-point play gets the friendly bounce. It's a 6-point lead. Oh, shit. Now we got Plum. Now out to Young. Young posting up. And that's another turnover by the Aces. And here comes Clarendon. Out to Lexi Brown. Now to Hamby in the post. Hamby. And that is going to be another foul against the Aces. That is their second team foul here in the first. Yeah, pretty much. I guess you could say that. Like I said, I've always liked Dearica Hamby, but all the shit that she's came. So 2 free throws coming for the Sparks. And first free throw is no good by Dearica Hamby. So 4:35, and for the second free throw attempt, 1-2 from the free throw line for Dearica Hamby. Now we got Plum. Going to double team. Out to Wilson. Now to Gray. Gray now to Wilson. Short mid-range cannot hit. Rebound to Lexi Brown. Lexi Brown now takes it up for the Sparks. And short shot. Gets the friendly roll. That is good for 2. And now we got Gray now taking it up for the Aces. Locked on by at least. And Claire. Couple of defenders. Gray. Fancy foot with the baby hook. Down it goes. For Chelsea Gray. So now we got Zaya Cook now on the floor for the Sparks. So now out to Hamby. And Alicia Clark will draw the foul. That's their third team foul.
Such great size at 5'11", with that footwork, just a vet move, strength, finish the rim. Carly Samuelson checks into the game for the Sparks. You see Chelsea Gray getting her first break. He is still. Here's Jordan Holmes, the handoff.
Now out to Hamby. Brown with fancy. Oh, nice. Oh, and Asia Wilson blocks. And that's going to be the fourth. Yes. Trust me. Like Zaya, her at South Carolina, though, that's what happens when you get like that physicality under Dawn Staley. Gotta love it, though. Like I said, I'm going to do more. I'm going to start doing more soccer or more women's college basketball games later this year as well at the same time. So, and the first free throw by Hamby, it's no good. Now get a couple substitute. Now we got Clark Gray coming in for Clark. And the second free throw by Hamby, 1-2 from the free throw line. Now here comes Chelsea Gray leading the charge at the top of the key. Out to Plum, Jackie Young. And that's it. And if that's another foul on the Aces, that's going to be on Chelsea Gray. That's their fifth.
To be honest, looks like it felt good. Vegas here in the middle.
And that's 2 free throws coming for Samuelson. So that's their 15th foul at 3:19. And first free throw is good by the Sparks. And second free throw, both good or good. And I got Gray. Out to Plum. Plum going a double team. Here comes Gray. She drives it. Hand up to Plum for 3. Cannot hit. Offensive out of bounds. That's going to stay with Las Vegas. Stop it. And inbound out to, oh, nice to Kia Stokes, good for 2. So, now Clarendon out to Lexi. Tough defense by Plum. Out to Hamby. Hamby out to Clarendon. Clarendon with a screen by Hamby. Out to Scoop and score. That is good for 2. So 25-13. Sparks lead the Aces. And now Plum, or sorry, that's Wilson out to Jackie Young. Young out to Wilson from Wilson. Almost got picked from behind. Out to Jackie Young. Back. Oh, come on, at CBS Sports. What are you doing? Oh, my God. Work. Tough fadeaway. Cannot finish. Rebound goes to Hamby. Now, Louisa Clarendon now slowly taking it up for the Aces, or for the Sparks. Oh, man. The Aces right now tonight, 5 for 14 as a team. Hamby, and gets blocked up top by Asia Wilson. And here comes Jackie Young, now taking the ball up for the Aces, out to Chelsea Gray. Gray now trying to direct traffic from the wing. Now screen by Wilson. Jackie Young, deep mid-range, cannot hit. Rebound goes to Holmes. Now hands it off Clarendon. Clarendon now kind of like wasting the clock away a little bit here in the first quarter. Hamby blocked on by Wilson. And Wilson blocks Hamby again. That's going to be so that was Stokes on the block. 119 here, remaining here in the first. So Lexi Brown will take a bit of a breather on the bench for the Sparks. Oh, my God. Out to Clarendon. Clarendon locked on by Gray. Clarendon spins. Fadeaway jumper. Cannot hit it. Hitter Kia Stokes for the rebound. Here comes Kelsey Plum. Out. So Plum out to Stokes. Out to Jackie Young. Jackie thought about a 3. Out to Plum. Plum out to Stokes. She pulls up for a 3. Cannot hit. Rebound to Holmes. And now it's like Jordan Cannon will now kind of just run the clock out a little bit with a little bit behind with almost 30 seconds to play here in the first. Or that's Cook off the glass and completely misses everything. And taken away by Jackie Young with a fast break. Off the glass, good for 2 by Jackie Young. So now let's cut it down to 10. Now Clarendon. And the shot clock is unplugged. Clarendon goes around, out to Holmes for three. In and out it goes. And that is going to conclude the first quarter here in the books. So outscored 25-15 that first quarter, still in favor of the Sparks. Now we're going to be going to commercial break. So shout out to everyone that's been tuning in for some late night WNBA action. Like I said, I'm going to do a lot more Ace games this year because obviously I haven't really done much. Because like I said, last year I got got a little bit slow started within the WNBA. So it's going to be a lot of fun. And do a lot more college basketball this year as well. And check out, who's who pretty much going into and stuff like that. So it's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be a lot of fun. Yeah, right. All right. Righty. Speaking of which now, I think overall out of that first quarter, especially for the Aces, sloppy ball handling pretty much. I mean, there's really not much to really say. Just sloppy ball handling, forcing up shots that's not even there. I mean, it's kind of pretty much it's just the simplest things. It's really, I haven't really done much to add. Also, try to play with not fouling because a lot of times, and just in that first quarter alone, they already put themselves in foul trouble early, which a lot of times you do not want that to happen. But I think overall, it's been a good, obviously not one-sided affair, but a good showing by the Sparks early in that first quarter. I think overall, just they really had. Aces got to figure something out before we go into the second quarter. Right. All right. All right. So a commercial break. Let's see what's going on elsewhere. All right, we're getting ready. Second quarter. Here we go. We are underway. Now we got Lexi Brown out to Samuelson for three. Cannot hit. Rebound to Candace Parker for pulling on the rebound. So we got Jackie Young out to the basket. Cannot finish. Rebound to the Sparks. Now we got it's like Cook actually with the ball in her hands. Out to Samuelson. Now to Clarendon. Clarendon pulls up for a three. Cannot hit. And that is going to be out of bounds. Oh, man. All right. And Jackie Young, good save, but that falls into the hands of Lexi Brown. Brown drives to the basket, spins, shoots. And rebound to Parker. Parker now takes it up for the Aces. Nice. And bounce pass taken away by Lexi Brown again. And Lexi Brown. And that is taken away by Chelsea Gray. Nice long pass to Jackie Young. Off the glass. Good for two. It's 25-17. Here between the Aces and the Sparks. Now to Samuelson. To Clarendon. What's good, LT? Clarendon out to Holmes. Now to looks like to Saya Cook. Drives off the glass. Good for two. So 27-17 here in the second. So we got Gray. Gray with the screen. Taking and Holmes. That is good for two. 29-17. That's the 8th turnover compared to the 3 for the Sparks. And now we got Young. Out to Gray. Gray out to Young. Young for 3. And down against the friendly bounce. Good for 3. Already 9 points for Jackie Johnson. 9-point lead for the Sparks. So now we got Brown out to Samuelson. Hands up to Holmes. Holmes on the wing, guarded by Chelsea Gray. Out to Clarendon for 3. Down it goes. Manages to get the shot before the shot clock expires. Now we got Gray. Gray out, directing traffic from the wing. Out to Parker. So now I got Chiney Ogwumike and Derek Hamby back on the floor for the Sparks. Oh, come on. Jesus Christ. 6:45 remaining here. Now we get an inbound. Sideline out to Plum. Plum now drawing a double team out to Parker. Out to Alicia Clark, open for 3. Down it goes for Alicia Clark. Cuts it down to 9 here in the second. So now we got Lexi Brown with a screen by Chiney Ogwumike out to Hamby. Now back to Ogwumike. Now hands it off to Lexi Brown. Back to Hamby. Good. And Hamby gets stripped, and that's going to be out of bounds. Still stays with the Sparks. So with 6:16 here in the second. An inbound, open shot, good for 2. So now we got Gray. Gets it out to Plum. Back to Gray. Gray now drawing the double team out to Plum. Ball fake. Drives. And it's going to go to the line for 2. And that's going to be the first team foul here in the second for the Sparks. And we get a timeout before going into the commercial. So 34-23. The Sparks lead the Aces going into commercial break. I think overall, if I'm going to have to describe this first half by the Aces, very sloppy and very careless with the basketball. So shout out to everyone that was in the chat or just tuning into the stream or just finding the stream, whether you're coming from YouTube, Facebook, Twitch. Like I said, we're coming to you live from all platforms, which is linked down below. At the same time, so ugh. Yeah, right. Shout out to the 13 coming in. Yeah, so overall, for those who are just coming in, right now, the Aces, let's be real, obviously not playing their best brand of basketball early, but then obviously just ran out in the first half. So already pulled up, or I think racked up so far eight total turnovers as a team here in the first half. Now I gotta get ready for a couple of free throws after this commercial break. Because right now,
Welcome back to Crypto.com Arena. Let's take a look at our upcoming WNBA national TV schedule. Tomorrow night, we got a doubleheader on ION, beginning with the Mystics at the Sky. Saturday on CBS, it'll be Connecticut at New York. And on Tuesday on ESPN2, Brianna Stewart.
and Brianna Stewart. So tomorrow, Tuesday, 9 o'clock Eastern Time, Brianna Stewart returns back to the Climate Pledge Arena in Seattle, Washington, to take on her former team, the Seattle Storm, and obviously you got Russell Westbrook in the crowd.
Played in this building last season with both the Lakers and the Clippers.
Mm-hmm.
Point guard, big proponents of the WNBA women's basketball in general.
So Kelsey Plum's going to go to line for two, try to cut into this deficit.
Of the NBA and for us to be able to close out
To cut it down to 9 here in the second quarter.
the Clippers. I know it wasn't the end result as a team that they wanted. Strong finish for us.
Kelsey Plum at the line for the Aces. All right, moment, let's check in now with Nikki K.
Okay.
The emphasis during the Las Vegas' huddle was just as much on defense as it was during the Sparks, but this huddle was extremely collaborative, beginning with discussion by Chelsea Gray and Candace Parker, and then when Natalie Nakase
So Natalie Nakase, for those who are going to be asking, like, who's the acting head coach, that is Natalie Nakase. And the first free throw by Plum is good. Cuts right now up to 10. 10-point lead for the Sparks. And 1 and 2 from the free throw line. That's not what you want to see. But now we got Lexi Brown now taking it up for the Sparks. And we get a foul. And that's gonna be the first. Looks like the first team foul on the Aces here in the second quarter. We got a side out for Zaya Cook.
I was going to say the message outside of that huddle from Nikki right there.
So now we got Lexi Brown, and that is going to be turnover by the Sparks. That is the fourth so far here in the first half.
Asia Wilson said after their first win against the Storm, she said she called Becky right away, and Becky said she only yelled at the TV twice.
All right, so now we got Plum and out to Jackie Young. She thought about a three. Trying to find open teammate. Open Parker for 3. Down it goes for Candace Parker. Cuts it down to 7. Under 5.5 to play here in the second. That is the first triple for Candace Parker. So now we got Brown. Out to Jeannie Agumake. And that is going to be a foul on Parker. That's their second team foul. That's our first team second here in the second quarter. Mm-hmm. Now I get a side out. And Hamby. And under the basket, rebound by Asia Wilson. Hands it off to Parker. Now play keep away with Kelsey Plum. Plum kind of spins. Kicks it out to Parker. Good ball movement. Wilson for 3. Cannot hit. Rebound to Lexi Brown. So Lexi Brown continues to take care of business here. Under 5 minutes to play. Zaya Cook out to Brown. Oh. So I've got Canada. And out to Hamby. Cannot finish. Rebound goes to Parker. Parker. Oh, nice football pass. And that is turned over by the Aces. That's the 9 turnover for the Aces. Up to the basket. Good for 2. So a little bit slow to get back on. And that was Zaya Cook. What's good, Jeff? Chelsea Jackie Young for 3. Down it goes. 6-point game. Oh, sorry, that's Chelsea Gray for 3. And that's the one thing you don't want to do against Chelsea Gray is leave her wide open. She will make her shots. Overall tonight, 5 for 11 from 3 for the Aces. So yeah, out to Lexi Brown. Now get a screen by Chini Agumake. Thought out of 3, drives, and looks like she got stripped. And gets the friendly bounce. Good for 2. Cuts it, brings it up to 8. Under 3 at 3:50 to go here in the second. We got Gray. Gray pulls up from mid-range. Cannot hit. And out of bounds. Still Aces basketball. That's simple basketball 101. The pump fake works like a charm all the time. Sometimes when you pump fakes a little bit too much, you kind of will. So Parker was going to right now. I'm going to take a bit of a rest on the bench. So side inbound out to Young. It drawing a double team. Top shot cannot get that to fall. I can see that and rookie of the year. See, Zaya Cook for me is my rookie of the year. Now to Clarendon, out to Hamby. Hamby out to Cook. Cook around a screen, guarded by Young. And Young with the block. And taken away by Kia Stokes. And here come the Aces. Kelsey Plum leading the charge. And bounce pass to Jackie Young. Good for 2. 6-point game. And we got a timeout with 3:11 here in the second quarter. I could see that. But she will be, I will say, we'll talk about this. Actually, I might just start bringing up actually, you know what? I just thought of something. I might have to bring up a WNBA podcast too. That'd be interesting to see. But I think overall, obviously, Zaya Cook, if she doesn't win well, it's kind of too early to sell, but my prediction is for Zaya Cook, she is my rookie of the year, hands down. I mean, she fucking killed it out South Carolina. Yes, I know college is a little bit different. The college level is a little bit different from the professional game, but it just seems like Zaya Cook just picks up where she left off from her 4 years at South Carolina. It's the same thing with Asia Wilson. When she came in 2018, and became, probably one of the best players the Aces had, along with Kelsey Plum, just a lot of good players that takes a lot of development. Well, I'm saying not say a lot of development, but just let the ladies play and just let them develop themselves. It's kind of amazing. Not that you think about it. I think overall, though, I like what this, so far, I'm pleased with this. As much as I love the Aces team, that's my team, but I have to give the credit for the Sparks. Last few years with the Sparks, from what I've seen, have not been great. Especially if you look at some of the games I've done last year. I think I did 2 games of the season series, even though they played. I looked at the last year, Aces played them 3 times and swept the entire season series against them. I think overall, though, I like what the Sparks have done, especially the all season. Got the right pieces. Westbrook got a better head coach because let's be real. Derek Fisher ain't shit. Even not even just the WNBA level, even the NBA level. For I think. All righty. It's a possibility that she can be rookie of the year. Hey, nobody expected the Heat to actually be as far as they did. It is crazy, once you look at it. But like I said, shout out to everyone that's been in the chat, though, man. It's been a lot of fun. Like I said, I'm going to try to do a lot. And you got Aaron Donald in the building. So 3:11, 38-32. Hey, Sparks still lead by 6. Still got a little bit of time. So now we got Cook. Out to Chine Agumake. Out to Clarendon. Clarendon out to Cook. Thought about a pump fake. Out to Chine in the post. Chine with a shot. Cannot hit. Rebound. Lexi Brown with the board. Gets out to Chine Agumake. Agumake out to Larisha Clarendon. Clarendon around the screen. Tough defense by the Aces. And Gray gets a hand on it, and that's another turnover by the Sparks. Here come the Aces. Chelsea Gray kind of puts the brakes on. Will drive to the basket. Out to Aisha Wilson. Aisha Wilson will pull up. Misses off the side of the back rim, and that is taken away by Jackie Young. No, Young taking it up for the Aces. Now out to she drives with the fingertip roll. That is good for 2. 4-point game here in the second. So Clarendon slowly take it up. Hands off to Chine Agumake. Hands off to Lexi Brown. Back to Agumake. Agumake tough shot. Cannot get that to fall. Offensive board. Looks like Zaya Cook. And that is good. And that's going to be a 3-point play coming for the Sparks for Jeannie Ogumake with 1:54 remaining here in the second quarter. It's been a lot of fun. That is the 13th foul on the Aces. So Chine to the line to complete the 3-point play to put it right back up to 7. And the attempt is good. Back to a 7-point game. So now Jackie Young now directing traffic. Under a minute 45 to go. Young, she pulls up for 3. Cannot hit. Rebound to Lexi Brown. So Brown now takes it up. Gets a screen by Hamby. Hamby to the basket. And Chine, good for 2. Puts it back up to 9 with an assist by Dearica Hamby. Plum. And that's going to be the second. We got a second team foul on the Sparks.
Great defensive possession, obviously. Interior defense by Stokes. Hamby not able to get the shot off, but great awareness off ball by Chine.
Some out to Stokes. Out to Wilson. Wilson from short mid-range cannot hit. And offensive rebound goes to Hamby. And Clarendon now takes it up for the Sparks. With about a minute, 9 seconds to go here in the second quarter. 9-point game. Janae, short mid-range, cannot hit. Rebound goes to Stokes. Here comes Plum. Plum with the pump fake out to Wilson in the post. And that's another turnover by the Aces. Samuelson for 3. That is good. So a 13 or a 12-point lead for and Gray out to Wilson. It's going to be a foul that'll be the 13th foul on the Sparks with 33 seconds even here in the second.
Sparks has scored 8 straight. So nice. I wanted for 4 for that. Hey, Cal State match. 12-point lead here for the Sparks.
So Asia Wilson to the line for 2. And that first is good. 46-35 here in the second quarter. So shout out to everyone that's coming, just tuning in or just finding this stream. And both are good from Asia Wilson, and that's going to take a timeout with a 10-point lead for the LA Sparks. And we get a timeout by the Aces going in the commercial break. I think overall, though, man, it's been kind of fun. Been a good game. Well, like I said, I have to give the Sparks their due. I mean, for a team that's, was lackluster the last few years. And to be honest, man, look, they're just playing some solid basketball. They're really putting, us to the test in a way. I think overall, though, man, it's gonna be a lot of fun. It's gonna be a lot of fun. All right. Alrighty. And for those who are just coming in, I posted a link to me and my buddy Tyler's network, the All-Star Sports Network. You guys new over there, make sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Because like I said, we're going to bring you a lot of WNBA content, some college basketball later in this coming winter. Maybe some NHL content at the same time. That remains to be seen at the moment. All right, 33 seconds after a quick timeout. And shout out to Mitch Coffey coming into the chat. Absolutely, absolutely. So 30 seconds here in the first half. It's a 10-point game. So Clarendon, locked on by Chelsea Gray. Clarendon with 20 seconds gives it to Lexi Brown. To Samuelson. Out to Hamby. Samuelson cannot hit. And Chelsea Gray with 8 seconds. 5, 4. Gray. Plum for 3. Cannot hit. And we're going into the half. Okay. Okie dokie. We're at the halftime, ladies and gentlemen. A 10-point game. And let me get that all fixed up. Boom. All right. So overall, I had to talk about a few things that I've seen. I think overall, Aces, look, I'm not the kind of person who will get frustrated after some sloppy basketball. That's something you have to clean up, especially. Hey, not a problem. Like I said, I'll do it. Like Liberty, I will check my work schedule and try to do one of their games. That remains to be seen. Yeah, that is true. I mean, even though we looked a little bit sluggish, at the same time, but I think overall, like I said, I've always will give credit to where credit is due, especially with the Sparks. Even if you looked at last year, you can see it's the Sparks team this year and in last season where it's complete night and day. I think overall, this, it's just, I had to say, the right personnel, definitely right coaching for sure, because Derek Fisher was just god awful. But I think overall, what I've seen so far was just sloppy basketball by the defending champs. I think overall was not great. That's something I want to see this team clean up. Try to not force shots that is not there. If you have to, try to drive to the basket and draw the fouls if you have to. And try to get a little bit physical with the Sparks. Because I think that's right now what the Sparks are doing. They're playing some tight physical basketball. So through one half of play. That's just how I look at it. It's just the way how I see things played out. But I think overall, though, it's been a good game so far. Like I said, it's going to come down to it. It's like I said, I've always seen this game as close as it's been, especially going into this year. Last year, we kind of blew them out a few times. So, but I think overall, oh man. But actually, overall, shout out to the 20 total people that's in here. Yeah, so we got a lot of fun. I'm going to try to do, not just the Aces, but if you're like a Liberty fan, like I said, I'll do some of their games as well. Like I said, there's going to be a lot of WNBA coverage as well, for all teams. I will say I will try to get some names right at the same time when I'm doing other games as well. But other scoring updates, you had the Phoenix Mercury up 15 over the Minnesota Lynx. Absolutely, New Jack City. Let me do something really quick. But I think overall, though, I've liked so far what the scene I've seen from the Sparks. Obviously, they're forcing us to turnovers. I think we're at 9 or 10, probably a little bit more than that going into this half, which is kind of not great to say the least. Well, let's see what Candace Parker has to say, especially after that first half.
The Las Vegas Aces.
I think it's just a lot of learning. Obviously coming in, they have stuff they did well last year.
So Candace Parker right now enters right now with her 16th season in the NBA, first with the Aces, seven-time All-Star, and a two-time WNBA champ. I think overall, I like.
What about Becky Hammond's style of play that made you want to join this team?
Well, I think it's space. It's free. It's about reads, which I love offensively. I think it's a challenge to be able to.
That's actually facts.
Ways to score out of it. And then just being a vet, just being able to, learn and learn from one of the best coaches.
Playing free and having the starting five that you do, I mean, you just won by 41 points. It's got to be pretty fun.
No, it's a lot of fun. I think we have a lot of competitive.
Yeah, just got to really get things set up.
Games are a blast, but practices
There
are
we
as
go.
well. I think just being able to get there, and whether it's lifting, whether it's shooting, we're all competing against each other.
Being back in this building, the memories you have with the Los Angeles Sparks, seeing that banner you helped raise in 16, what emotions are you feeling?
No, I think it's just special. For me,
That's actually right.
being able to see people that I've been with for my entire career, just behind the scenes, in front, whatever it is. I think there's a special vibe here, and it's home. There's a reason why it's still home, and I love it in LA.
You're 16. You've helped this league grow so much from the inside out. How far has the W come, and what growth needs to be accomplished?
I think visibility has been the key. We've been fighting to get into the door. Now the door's open, and it's like, what are we going to do?
And there's a lot of good changes too coming in right now in the WNBA at the same time. Obviously, with the coaches challenge this year, there's a lot of good stuff that's the WNBA is doing to make some progress. Overall.
That's the biggest thing. You look at the NBA, we know the players, and that's what makes us fall in love and be a part of their
Okay,
careers.
so, but yeah, I mean, I think Candace Parker, obviously it's a little bit slow. What up, Dante? What's good, my boy? But I think overall, yeah, that's a good point. It's just like it's a learning for a lot of some of these ladies. Obviously, not having Becky Hammond, I would say it doesn't affect them as much as the next person. But yeah, like when you have not that leader that is Becky Hammond, who has played with Candace Parker in throughout her career. Dante, no. The Phillies did not. Could have had an opportunity to win, but like I said, I'm going to move on from that. So overall, looking at the box score as a team, Parker in 11 minutes played went, unfortunately, slow 2 for 5, and obviously 2 for 3 from 3 with 6 points, 4 rebounds, 1 assist. Now that's the yeah, that goes along with that. Wilson 17 minutes played, 1 for 8. Always so far early slow sluggish gameplay by the Aces. Right now 13 from 33 from the floor. And pretty much rounded up to 40%. 5 for 13 from 3. Obviously, a little bit of a drop off from their game one, which is to be expected. You really can't put up high numbers forever. Like I said, stats are going to fluctuate up and down, throughout the season. Now, in terms of the Sparks as a team, right now 18 for 38 at 47.4% from 3. Not really with much 3 attempts for them. 4 for 7. From behind the arc for a 57% clip, and obviously 6 for 8 from the free throw line compared to 5 of 6 for the Aces. So I think overall, what the Sparks are doing is kind of taking a bit of a page out of the Aces playbook, especially if you looked at last year. The Aces, as much as they were good defensively, they have to be known to get people in foul trouble. And I mean, right now, Chelsea Gray right now is the only one you have to look out for with 2 personal fouls. And that's what I'm saying. That's the one thing I always nitpick on. They are sloppy with the basketball. Speaking of that, they have 10 total turnovers to the 6 for the Sparks. And that's one thing I'm very concerned. Well, not really, but that really needs to be cleaned up. I will say that needs to be fixed going into the second half, because you cannot win games when you turn the ball over, because trust me, that's the recipe for disaster. I mean, right now, we've seen Carly Samuels. So right now, we have not really seen. So right now, we have only had 2 out in terms of our bench players. I mean, Alicia Clark, she's another. Yeah, she's another one you have to watch out for personal fouls coming off the bench. With Kia Stokes, I think overall, that's got to, most of this has to get or be cleaned up. But going into if you look at the box score, if you go to ESPN, look at the box score, here in the second, pretty much both the Sparks and the Aces pretty much tied each other in that second half alone with 21 points apiece. Obviously, that's kind of a bit of a, I would say, a bit of a drop off or increase for the Aces from the first quarter by 3, bit of a drop off by 4 for the Sparks. I think overall, I think this team, look, say win or lose, pretty much the best team win. It's basically how I look at it, especially for my Aces. But I think overall, I think the Sparks, they're doing their job. Yes, I know, like I said, as a team, they have 6 total turnovers. I think that's something that's a lot of times you don't really want to really mess up on. But I mean, what are you going to do? At the same time. But Chiney Ogwumike right now is in her 7th season of the WNBA with the Sparks. Obviously, her sister Nneka is pretty much out with an illness. At the same time, and like I said, you had the 2 sets of sisters, especially for the Sparks, the Ogwumikes and the Samuelsons, which that's kind of crazy now you think about it. But I think overall, if I had to really give my overall analysis, like I said, I don't really do deep dives into the WNBA. It's which I want to try to the best I can. I think overall, I like what I've seen so far, both from the Aces and the Sparks. In terms of the Sparks, right now they pretty much are the team that, and what they like I said, they don't rely on the blocking ability, but they can pick your pocket better than anybody. Look, I know they were great last year, but they were kind of really pesky in terms of the defense, especially when you're trying to force first steals and turnovers. And that's what the Sparks are known for. I think a lot of times people already take for granted. What's the money line on that? So right now the Sparks, for those who actually, let me bring up the scoreboard again. Right now the Sparks are up 10 at the half. So 46-36 as of right now at the half. But I think overall, Sparks, they're just, but yeah. I think overall though, it's 230. See, that's the thing too. I never put any, it's funny enough. I've done some sports money, but I'd never actually put money on the WNBA, which is what I'm going to try to if I can. But I think overall, I'm going to have to get like I said. But yeah, let me just talk to my buddy Q, who's a Sparks fan right now. All right. Boom, 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 boom. So you got the Sparks that's, plus 650. We got plus 230. That's not too shabby. Like I said, I don't really do sports betting against. Honestly, it's scoreboard or the box score is not really. Yeah, tell me about it. Trust me, I'm a Phillies fan. Like, trust me, we had an opportunity to beat. Yeah, shit. But I mean, look, overall, like this, like I said, the Sparks are playing much better basketball than my Aces. Look, I will flat out admit that we came out playing a lot sluggish. Obviously, coming off that high of we whooped it pretty much coming off whipping the Seattle Storm 105-64. So obviously we're kind of, damn, that's gotta suck. So right now, Jack, it's pretty much the primary scorer right now for the Aces with 13 points. I mean, you also have Parker and Wilson combined for 12 points, 8 rebounds. Jeez, not really much to go off of. Most of the time for me, when I do sports betting, I usually do FanDuel. I mostly do FanDuel because I can get a lot better payout on a $10 wager. That's what I normally would do. I was interesting. What? But we'll see how this kind of turns out, man. It's been a lot of. Well, it depends on the area you're at. For me, I have it on the CBS Sports Network. You can actually get on TV, but also do I. Yeah, I look. You got to do it as well. All right. I think overall, like I said, I mean, for those who are just coming in, I've seen people, we'll see. Like I said, I actually in my predictions, which I'm going to start doing a lot more, because I'm actually going to start putting up a podcast for the WNBA. And it's going to be fun. It's going to be a lot of fun to talk about that. Like I said, I had just barely winning against the Sparks. Because like I said, for those who are just coming in, the Sparks, it's a whole different team what they had last year this year than they'd had last year. So in the first half, the Aces were 13. Damn. True. But we'll see. We'll see. So 5 of 13, like I said, I read it off. But overall, it's just Aces, they were sluggish. I will flat out admit it. We sucked in the first half. It is what it is. I think overall, we just. All right. So it looks like we're going to get ready here in the third. Down to the final 20 minutes to go. But like I said, the Aces, well, it's too early to tell. I would say give it about, what's a 40-game season? Give me what's half of 4? Give me 20. Give me 20 games in. And then I will see where the team is at when 20 games in. Right now, it's too early to tell. So now we got Lexi Brown. My hands off to Chiney Agumake. Oh, peanut butter Girl Scouts. For me, number one is Thin Mints. Chiney in the post, taking on Jackie Young. Don't turn around jumper. Cannot hit it. And Candy Sparks going to let that bounce out of bounds. It's Aces basketball. I mean, now we got Chelsea Gray. I'll take it up for the Aces. There's a slight screen. Taken by Larisha Clarendon. Out to Wilson in the post. Drawing a double team. And that's turnover number 11 from the Aces. Jesus Christ. That's something not what you want to do. Out to sit. That shot's no good. Rebound to Jackie Young. That's her third rebound. Here comes Young with the ball in her hands. Steps aside. Out to Gray for a three. Down it goes. So 46-39. 9:06 remaining here in the third. So now we got out to Chine Agumake to, looks like Chine to the basket. And we got a blocking foul on the Aces. Yeah, well, I feel you on that one. That's going to be the first on the Aces with under 9 minutes to play here in the third. That's a good call. And looked like so Chino Gumake 4 from 9 from the floor with 9 points with 2 free throws coming. So obviously her sister is not available tonight. No, I'm sorry, it's Olsen. So back to 10 and Plum out to Gray. Gray now gets to the Jackie Young, taking on looks like Lexi Brown, drawing a double team out to Gray. Good ball movement. Out to Wilson in the post on to Erica Hamby. And Wilson will draw the contact. That's going to be the first on the. That's their second on De'Erica Hamby. Team's first here in the third, with 8:41 remaining here in the third. So like I said, very slow start in the first half by the Aces. And side out for Jackie Young. Out to Chelsea Gray. Now to Plum. Plum will have to put the brakes on. Has to pull it back out for 3. Down it goes. So 8-point game under 8.5 to play. And that's going to be the second. Are you talking about the Sparks? That's the Sparks you're talking about. The Lakers. This is. So Jordan Canada for the line for 2. And the first one is good. 9-point lead for the Sparks. So Jordan Canada, 6th season, second with the Sparks. It's 2-time champ with the Seattle Storm. And the second free throw attempt is good. Back to a 10-point lead. So now we got Plum. Screen by Parker. Plum on the baseline. Out to Jackie Young for 3. Rims in and out. Oh, man, that's just got to be. There we go. Canada out to Holmes. Cheney for 3. Completely misses everything. Rebound to Jackie, Asia Wilson. Here comes Chelsea Gray. Out to Parker. Good for 2. That's what you have to do. Try to attack the paint. And now I got Canada out to Clarendon. And Asia Wilson comes up with the takeaway. And here comes Chelsea Gray taking over for the Aces. Out to Parker. Thought about a 3 onto Erica Hamby. Good ball movement. Off the glass. Good for 2 by Asia Wilson. And we get a timeout by the Sparks. Wait, what? Oh, apparently we get a technical, apparently. And that is good. So it's a 7-point lead. Under 7.5 to play for. All right, well. All right, one more, you get thrown out. Well, we got Canada now taking it up for the Sparks. Hands up to Clarendon. Now to Holt. Okay, to Holt or Chine Gumake. And that is out of bounds off the hands of Chelsea Gray. Still stays with the Sparks. 7:15 remaining here in the third. The 7-point lead with 10 seconds on the shot clock. And inbound out to Hamby. To Clarendon. Clarendon. She pulls up from 3. That is short. Rebound to Wilson. Now here comes Chelsea Gray. Down 7. Out to Wilson. Wilson cannot finish. Rebound to Chine Gumake. Jordan Cannon now leading the charge here with the ball in her hand. She drives. Off the glass. Good for 2. Cuts it. Now we got Plum. Goes around a couple defenders. Off the glass. Gets the bounce. Good for 2. Cuts it back down to 7. So now we got Canada. So that's Lexi Brown now taking it up. Hands off to Hamby. Hamby out to Clarendon. To Ogumake. Now to Canada for 3. Cannot hit. Asia Wilson pulls down the rebound. Here comes Gray. Takes it up for the Aces. Clarendon with tight defense. Screen button. And we get a foul on the Sparks. And I'm going to take you're going to take a look at it. Well, let's see. I think overall, though.
Let's take a look at it. And so the foul called against Wilson. Officials coming over to the scores table. They're going to take a look at this for a hostile act.
Okay, so that's going to be on Wilson. That's their 4th.
Wilson, a very fiery competitor.
She is at that. Again, as we talked about, just battling it, but maybe feeling the hold right there.
direction of official high.
Well, we'll see. We'll see how this turns out.
And that time right there, tangled up with Clarendon and pushes them down to the floor. So we'll see what the officials say as they look at this at the monitor. We've seen the frustration from Asia Wilson here to start this third quarter. It's been a tough night for her, and
That extension of the arm right there is maybe what might be more than that.
Right now they called a foul, and they're going to look at it as for a hostile act. So that foul is going to go on Asia Wilson. So right now they're kind of talking at the scorer's desk right now. So look at the foul on Wilson on Clarendon is the on the short end of that foul. And obviously Wilson did pick up a technical earlier here in the third.
Talking right there, I believe, about just the hold on her arm, as we saw from Clarendon.
so decision time here for
So let's see. They're still kind of discussing right now at the scorer's table. All right. And we'll see what's the result.
So we're going to get an explanation coming up here shortly.
So let's see.
Thank you, Jenna. So Jenna Renault comes over here. Common foul going to be charged to Lasia
No,
Clare.
you're good. You're good.
And they're going to
Trust me, it took me a while to learn the names. Well, not for the aces, because I played a lot of 2K, played with a lot of the aces on 2K, so I think you got a good familiarity with the roster.
So you can tell how much she agrees with that call. So a common foul on Clarendon.
Okay, so they actually overturned it, so that's going to be a common foul on Clarendon. That's their second team.
I feel like that it was the extension of the arm, of course.
So Clarendon will be at the line.
With a free throw, and she hits it. So 55-47.
Fired up after that tech.
And one, it's wow, short on that second one.
For Clarendon. And because it was a flagrant foul, it remains
Okay, so they called. Okay, so they called it a flagrant one apparently on Asia Wilson. So the ball stays with the Sparks.
Clarendon will inbound. As the Sparks try to get things set up here on the offensive.
So Clarendon is with the inbound. Now gets the ball from Lexi Brown. Clarendon drawing the attention of Asia Wilson. Out to Hamby. Ball movement to Chine. Gets the bucket. Good for two. Back to a 10-point lead for the Sparks. So Gray out to Young. Young out. Thought about going to Plum. Gives it out to Stokes. Out to Plum, and Plum will draw the contact. That's going to be the third on the Spark.
What we're talking about, the ball movement, the patience.
Actually, that would be their second, actually.
17 assists for the LA Sparks right there. Perfect execution on the offense.
I'm an Aces fan because Philly doesn't have one, which is bullshit. A lot of bullshit. There we go. We got Young. Young off the glass. Good for two. So now we got Jordan Cannon now taking up for the Aces.
Where you expected
Out to Clarendon.
to turn it up and
Clarendon by the screen by Chini Agumake draws the attention of Asa Wilson to the basket. Cannot finish. Rebound to Kia Stokes. And here comes Chelsea Gray. Taking up for the Aces. Out to Jackie Young. Open three. Cannot hit. And offensive board chased by Wilson. Oh, nice ball movement. Good for two. And Stokes on the line for the three-point play with 5:09 here in the third.
that coming all
What is up? For me, Aces all the way. Riddle House right now, They're playing right now in Los Angeles at the Crypto.com arena against the Sparks. Hey, shout out to some Sparks fans coming in. So, like I said, I welcome everybody, no matter what fan of the WNBA or just any team in general. We're welcome over here, actually. Stokes is that good and rebound taken down by Chena Gumake. Absolutely. I mean, I got to give them where credit is due. They got Canada taking it out to Clarendon. Locked on by Alicia Clark. Out back to Canada. Jordan Canada. Back to Clarendon. Screen. Try to get a screen by Gumake. Back to Jordan Canada with a step side. Cannot hit the shot. Rebound goes to Plum. And here comes the fast break by the Aces. And Plum out to Clark. Clark out to Jackie Young in the paint. Top shot, can't finish. Rebound goes to Zaya Cook, or is that's Holmes? Hey, you ain't wrong. And that is good for 2. And we get a timeout with 4:19 here in the third. It's an 8-point game. Like I said, I'm not going to really be mad if you bring any energy over here. Like I said, I welcome everybody, no matter what team you're a fan of. Oh, absolutely. Trust me, you and me are one of the same. I've always liked a good underdog story. And it's what I like about it. That's just how I see things. And I think overall, like I said, it's going to be a close game. No, you're good. I know it's the story behind that is because like I said, once you kind of get to know me, I'm pretty much the big 4. Well, actually, technically 3. Actually, that's the Phillies, Sixers, and the Eagles are kind of the sports I mean to cover on this channel. But also with the WNBA, it's the Aces, and a lot of times I get a lot of credit. Yeah, that is. I feel you, man. Trust me. I have one bet down one time earlier in the regular season, and Anthony Edwards sold me on a $10 wager for a $45,000 payout. He screwed me on a $45,000 payout, and I was pissed off. It's like, what the fuck? Never again. I will put any money on them. Hey, man. Nothing changes. Let's be real. I'm right none to the look. I will say this too. I'm one of the most I'm very critical of the Sixers because, like I said, once you're gonna see the content I do sometimes, and I just like I said, yeah, I know, right? It's like what the fuck, but. Spec Sots 43 to answer. To reply to that before I got all track. Look, I know. Yeah, shit sucks. We sucked in the postseason. Let's be real. NBA was fucking lazy. Harden didn't want to do shit. There's nothing went right for this team, and we're not going to continue to go right unless really positive changes happen. Because, damn. Oh shit, I forgot about that. Well, that's before I got. Hey, sloppy turn. It's just turnovers. What else is there to say? It's the turnovers. That's how. And even looked at last year with the Sparks. Sometimes that's how they beat some teams is forcing turnovers. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. No one wants to do shit except for PJ Tucker, who had 11 points in the first half and was quiet throughout the entire second. Like I said, I'm very critical. Hey, you ain't wrong. Trust me, I call this the dude's exactly. Actually, I talked about that on my Sixers Talk podcast, and actually had a Sixers writer on with me, at the same time. So actually now it's down to 4:10 on the clock. So Jordan. Okay, so that's the third. Yeah, he's so like I've always said, NBA's weak-minded. But Asia Wilson to the line for 2, and that is good. It's a 7-point game. 4:10 remaining here in the third. Both teams with even 3 team fouls as a whole tonight. That's what I normally would do. But I did. If you check out the video that I've done on Embiid, I've actually told him like his weight is the problem. Sitting at 7 feet, 280 pounds, and yet you have a guy as small as Al Horford can't fucking. Oh my god. But now out to shot, cannot go. Rebound to Plum. So it's a 6-point game under 4 minutes. Plum kind of pull the attention. Out to Wilson in the paint. Wilson off the glass and the free throw coming. Good for 2. So at 3:44, cut it down to a 3-point game here in the third, ladies and gentlemen. Like I said, and there's going to be a WNBA podcast coming soon. I'm just right now can't think of the name at the moment because Key already has hers called the Queens of the Court. So I'll have to figure something as well. I love talking WNBA basketball. And for the 3-point play is no good, but A'ja Wilson with the rebound. Wilson, good for 2, cuts down to 2. So that miss pretty much wasn't beneficial. Chidi Ogwumike almost turns it over, and we get a timeout by the Sparks. Yeah, you ain't wrong though. I will say that. Like I said, once you come to know Philly sports fans a little bit like myself, I'm very critical. I will tear people a new one. Yeah, sometimes when it proved beneficial for the Aces. So tomorrow you got the Washington and Chicago and Dallas and Seattle going at it tomorrow. But Tuesday night may or may not be available depending on what my work schedule is looking like. It's going to be a lot of fun. So 3:31, 2-point game. Like I said, this is the game. The games like these are when teams are actually going to get better, which the Sparks got to give them more credit, give them the Flyers. They actually got better the off season. And I even talked to my buddy Key, who was a Sparks fan, and yeah, it's gonna be a lot of. So Samuelson to inbound it, gets out to Clarendon, picked up by Alicia Clark. Clarendon, Alicia Clark on the outside. Out to Ogwumike. That's almost a turnover by the Sparks. Samuelson, deep 3. Cannot hit. Rebound of Wilson. And here comes Jackie Young to the basket. Off the glass. Good for 2. And we're tied at 59. Now, you ain't wrong, Nave. And Clarendon. Out to Holmes. Out to, looks like to Holmes in the paint. Good ball movement to Samuelson, and she will step out of bounds. Turnover on the Sparks. Here we go. We got Jackie Young slowly taking up for the Aces. Tied at 59 here in the third. And Jackie Young gets a screen by Stokes. Jackie Young drives off the basket. Good for 2. And the Aces take the lead. This is their first lead of the game. So first lead since the early first. And friendly bounce. Good for 2. Tie game. Back to 61 points apiece. Plum goes on the paint. Drives. And will draw the contact. That's going to be the 4th on the Sparks. So this is a second. And 2 free throws coming for Kelsey Plum. So overall, 10 straight wins against the Sparks, longest active streak in the WNBA. And the first free throw by Plum is good. So it's back to 62-61. Aces hold a 1-point lead with 2:14 remaining here in the third. And Plum for free throw number 2. Perfect from the line. So now we got Clarendon now taking it off for the Sparks. Kelsey Plum, 2 of 5, overall 7 points. Now out to Samuelson. Samuelson, locked up by Plum. Now out to Holmes, picked up by Asia Wilson. Holmes to the basket and gets blocked by Asia Wilson. And Plum picks up the basketball. Here we go. Plum, and that's off her foot. And here comes Clarendon with the steal on a 3-on-2 fast break to Samuelson. Thought it should have. Janae will draw the contact. Will go to the line. Oh, and that's not the right button. There we go. That is the 4th team foul on the Aces. Yeah, that's what Asia Wilson will do. She'll use her length to her advantage. So Chine to the line for 2 to tie it with 1:38 remaining here in the 4th. And the first is no good. Oh, that is. And we're going to get a couple substitutions for Jackie Young and Chelsea Gray. So it's going to be interesting to see who the Aces are going to bring out. And now see, Asia Wilson will take a bit of a breather on the bench. Okay. And the second free throw attempt is no good. 0 for 2 from the line. Here comes Jackie Young taking the charge. And out to Chelsea Gray. Back to Jackie Young. Jackie Young picked up a little tough defense. Gives it out to Gray. Gray picked up Isaiah Cook. Tough defense. Fadeaway jumper. Good for 2. 65-61. Aces lead with 1:13 here in the 3rd. Now we got Samuelson. Out to Holmes. Now to Clarendon. Clarendon. Out to Cook. Back to Clarendon. Screen by Ogumake. Clarendon, tight defense. Under a minute. Baby hook from Ogumake. That is good for 2. So 2-point game here in the 3rd. We got Gray. And that is going to be another foul. And that's going to be the 5th team foul on the Sparks. That's a tough fadeaway from the free throw line. And that's what Chelsea Gray will do. And first free throw is good. 66-63. Aces lead. So 50.1 to go. And it's a 4-point lead. Clarendon out to Cook. Cook now out to Ogumake. Back to Cook. Zaya Cook picked up by Jackie Young. Cook to Ogumake with a pump fake. She drives. And cannot get that to fall. Rebound goes to Nakia Stokes. And here comes Parker with the basketball. 24 seconds. Young taking on Ogumake. Tough shot. And go to the line for 2. So Ogumake, that's going to put them in the penalty. So 20.7 here in the 3rd. But look. So 2 free throws for Jackie Young. Already 19 points, 9 of 15 from the floor. And that's what. And the first free throw by Young is short. Right now on the floor, you have Alicia Clark, Jackie Young, Chelsea Gray, Kia Stokes, and Candace Parker right now on the floor for the Aces. Jackie Young for the second. And what? No for 2. Oh, boy, that's unusual. When I call Rendon. Already down 4. We got Clarendon. Drives, gives it out to Holmes for 3. Cannot hit, and that's the 3rd quarter in the books. We're down to the final 10. 10 minutes here between the Aces and the Sparks here at the Crypto.com Arena, even though I will so call it the Staples Center, because I don't know why they had to fucking change the goddamn name, which is so fucking stupid. But I mean, it's whatever. I ain't gonna complain about it. Even though I will nitpick about that. I mean, once you kind of get to like see it a lot more, I will nitpick a lot with my aces a little bit. Right now, the only thing I nitpicked on was just I would say just those turnovers. That's it. Last year, I nitpicked both turnovers and the closeout on the perimeter. Now the Aces have gotten better on the close-in on the perimeter. I mean, they still get tough shots off. The Sparks got tough shots off. But outside of that, man, it's been one hell of a game. Even though I did say I had us be winning 95-86. So that, well, let's see how that goes. That might not. I think overall, not too bad. It's been a good game. I will admit that. Gotta see. But other scoring updates, you have the Phoenix Mercury got to right now with under 40 seconds up 10 over the Lynx. So that's right now the only scoring update we have in the WNBA. So probably either tomorrow in the next few days. It's gonna be interesting to see. That's all I'm saying. Unfortunately, like I said, I can't show it because of copyright reasons. That's why. That's why I have the scoreboard up and running. So yeah. So for those who actually are wondering at the same time. All right, we're about to start of the fourth. The final 10 minutes in the book. I am actually watching on my phone because I actually had this Xfinity stream, which so I pretty much get most of the TV channels at home. So the Aces finished that quarter on a 20-6 scoring run. So Aces will take the ball here in the fourth.
A very animated Coach Miller addressing his Sparks. He finished the huddle.
Not this shit again. Parker and to Clark, and that's going to be out of bounds. Oh my God, CBS Sports, what are you doing here? Hang on. Yeah, 20-6 run. That's it. We got Plum out to Parker for three. Cannot hit. Offensive board to Kia Stokes out to Plum. Plum will have to draw the contact going to the line for two. Parker overall has been very solid so far, and that's going to be the first on the Sparks. But obviously, it's been a slow night for most of the starting five for the Aces. But you have other players are really helped picking up this team, which last year, which we were good with that. But the first free throw is good. It's a 5-point lead for the Aces. So yeah, so it's been a really rough night for most of the starters, and both free throws are good. 69-63. Here we go. We got Clarendon, and that's true. Every day Harris, they got outscored 20-6 in the third. Clarendon out to Chine Agumake. Agumake on the wing to Clarendon. Clarendon out with Holmes with a pump fake drive, steps inside from the free throw line, cannot hit. Rebound to Candace Parker. And that's the 6th rebound. Hands up to Plum. And Plum lost the handle. And we get a double dribble turnover on the Aces. And that is true. Yes, I mean we did lose, players like De'Erica Hamby and Teresa Playtons, but we actually have gotten better in terms of the bench depth. Oh boy, that's not going to be a good look. 14 turnovers to the 8 for the Sparks. Good God. They got Samuelson goes around a fighting screen. Out to Holmes, back to Claradon. Now out to Cook. Screen by Agumake. Cook, that's a turnover by Saya Cook. Here comes Chelsea Gray on a 2-1-1. And pass it up and turns it over. Here comes Claradon with the ball in her hands. Out to Cook for 3. Cannot hit. Offensive board. Rebound number 7 for Candace Parker. Parker taking it herself with a fast break. And that's another turnover. That is number 16. Clara gets the bounce. Good for 2. Now it's back to a 4-point lead for the Aces. So now we've got Plum. That's the 13 steals as a team to the Aces 7. Plum out to Alicia Clark for 3. Down it goes for Alicia Clark. She will do that. Alicia Clark has been very, very good so far in her Aces debut. To start off, 7 for 18 from 3. Clarendon. And Alicia Clark almost come up with the 8 steal as a team. Parker gets a hand on it. That's going to be a block by Parker. Here comes Plum, now taking up for the Aces. Plum drives and gets stripped by Saya Cook. She takes up on a 2-on-1. We'll have to pull it back out. And good defense by Parker to put on the brace. So now we got Clarendon. Gets a screen by Agumake. Clarendon thought about a 3. Tight defense by Alicia Clark. 2 seconds on the shot clock. And that'd be a shot. And that'd be good defense out of Alicia Clark. Good pass out to Plum. Back to Alicia Clark. Open 3. Cannot hit. Rebound to Agumake. And we get a timeout on the floor. So
Great decision there by Kirk Miller. What became a little bit of a track meet. Empty possessions for the Sparks. They'll continue
Okay.
to play defense.
And that will take us to commercial break. So overall, Ace is still holding 7. Another 7 minutes to play here in the 4th. Oh boy. But shout out to everyone that's been in the chat, man. It's been a lot of fun. I would say they're trash. If you look at the team from last year, they had a headache that is Liz Cambage. Well, let's be real. And as an Aces fan, I have to deal with that shit. You have to take into consideration too that it's the second. There's a lot of teams that they play well in the second half. For some reason, they can't wake up in the second half. And shout out to my buddy Key actually pointed this out too. She's a Sparks fan. The only person that they're missing is Nneka Agumake. And that's the one thing when you have both the Agumake sisters on this roster. Yeah, sometimes a lot of times the Sparks do not kind of operate well. It's the way that I look at it. And in my short time as a WNBA fan, I think overall though. Say, yeah, that is true. Bad coaching. You have to stick to what was working. That's the one thing that's, as a Sixers fan, I mean, we have to, deal with that, but that's a different story for another day. But I think overall, like I said, I had this game going 95-86. Well, it looks like that might not even be the case. Right now, good God. But I think overall, it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be interesting to see. Like I said, look, there, a lot of times, look, I've seen some ugly losses. I mean, shit, if you're you watch Sixers. I will actually want to put out a video on that and kind of talking about this. I have actually 3 candidates in mind. That's Sam Cassell, Monty Williams, and Nick Nurse, actually, which is funny enough. So those are the 3 But I will drop a video of that. And I got like 3 videos I'm going to be dropping as well on the channel as well. Video on Trey Turner. Both played like shit. Hey, that's the Sparks. That's the Sparks. They can force turnovers. That's what the Sparks are known for. They don't play like well, how do I say this? Most of their defense is pretty much forcing. Well, and like I said, I did make a video on that as well. That fact that his weight kind of hinders him to be great. That's all I'm saying. And, obviously can't rely on him in the playoffs. The dude's been injury prone. And like I said, I don't sugarcoat shit. Any coach. Well, I would rather have a guy like Nick Nurse than anybody else. But Sam Cassell for me is my number 1 option. Well, we'll see. And Kurt Miller, 2-time coach of the year of the WNBA, but also lost my aces as the head coach of the Connecticut Sun. But now we got Canada now taking the ball out of the timeout. Down 7. Now to, looks like Lexi Brown. Out to Dearica Hamby. Out to Claraden. And that's going to be a first team foul on the Aces here in the 4th. And now we got Lexi Brown. Lexi Brown. Actually, that's Canada. Lexi Brown. Lexi Brown for 3. Cannot hit it. Rebound to Aisha Wilson. And now we got Claray. Now take it up. Hands up to Wilson. To Parker in the post. And Parker. Oh, she will take a shot. And it looks like she took a shot to the face. And that'll be the second team foul by the Sparks. So 2 free throws coming for Candace Parker. Hey, that's kind of one of the things I kind of talked about in my halftime thing. Try to attack the interior. You can't really settle for jump shots. Like literally, let them come to you. And now we're going to get a review for a flagrant? Oh, come on. What are we doing here now? Oh, actually, no, I'm sorry. That's a coach's challenge. Interesting. Oh, that's right. That, for those who don't know, that the coach's challenge is a new it's a new thing that they implemented in the WNBA. Nathaniel, game 6. I think... Even though I have Miami, but I think Boston's going to find a way to force a game 7. I've just had this gut feeling, the way how Boston. Yeah, you ain't wrong. Yeah, you ain't wrong. Trust me, I've seen worse. So we got 6:19.
So officials take a look at it. They rule it common foul against Carly Samuelson. So Parker, we have the free throw line, shoot 2.
Not that it matters, but I agree with both.
Of course it matters.
Just didn't seem to have that hostility, rather just possibly you're on your back.
She's giving up a couple inches there too. Yeah. Yep. There's only so many landing spots.
And the first is good. Yeah, that's a new thing. They did implement the coaches challenge. So there's some new stuff that they're implementing at the same time. All right, 2 free throws are good. Now we got Canada. Now take it up for the Sparks. And now hands it off to Lexi Brown. Now to Hamby, taking on Parker. Hamby to the basket. And we'll draw the contact. That's gonna be the second on the on the Aces. That might be on Asia Wilson by the looks of it. So 2 free throws coming for Dearica Hamby. And the first by Hamby is good. Oh, that's not what I meant to do. 74-66 right now. Well, we'll see. I mean, right now, it's going to be, right now, May free throw will be a 7-point lead. And the second, and both are good. 7-point lead for the Aces. So here we go. Now we got Gray now taking her for the Aces. Locked up by Clarayden. And Clarayden trying to flop and try to draw the contact, but ain't going to work. And that's going to be another turnover by the Aces. Here comes Clarayden with the ball. Clarayden from mid-range. That is short. Rebound to Gray. So that turnover right there. And that's another turnover. Chelsea ground break. Good for 2. By Lexi Brown. What up, Coach Ed? Hey, cannot wait to meet you guys, New York Liberty very soon in the season. Which I will do some Liberty games too. Plum. And Jackie Young has to pull it out. 7 seconds on the shot clock. Gray for 3. Young for 3. That is easy money for Jackie Young. But Jackie Young pulls it for 3. So now ball moving to Clarayden. Screen by Hamby. Out to Canada. Canada goes around the screen. Canada to the basket. And good for 2 by Jordan Canada. Now here got Plum. Out to Jackie Young. Young for 3 again. Down it goes for Jackie Young. Jackie Young, that's I mean, me and Coach had talked about her. That's the one person you may not know is there. You got Hamby with good ball movement to Brown. Out to Samuelson for 3. Down it goes. Cannot wait. Cannot wait for that matchup. So 6-point lead for the Aces here in the 4th. You got Plum. Pulls up. And we got a foul on the Sparks. And that'll be Canada's personal.
Jackie Young, as I mentioned, big-time shot maker. You have to respect her drive because of her ability to get to the rack, as she's been doing all night long, but the confidence to knock down the outside shot. Back-to-back threes.
Jackie Young out to Alicia Clark on the corner. Clark out to Gray. Thought about a 3. She drives to the basket. Off the glass. Good for 2. For Chelsea Gray. Extends it to 8. And good friendly bounce. Good for 2. 6-point. Back to a 6-point game. Here comes Kelsey Plum. Leading the charge with the ball in her hands. Picked up by Canada. Out to Clark. To Gray. And that's going to be the 4th team foul on the Sparks. Sparks are kind of getting a little bit desperate right now. A little bit slightly over 3.5. 3.5 to play.
So much pressure on your defense because of her ability to get downhill. She'll pass with the best of them, but not afraid to take the shot.
So Canada right now, 8 points, 5 rebounds. Now inbound to Jackie Young. Young almost draw the double team. Gets to the Plum. Plum with the pump fake. Plum out to Alicia Clark for 3. Cannot hit it. Canada with the rebound. That's her 6th. Here comes Jordan Canada to the basket. Short rebound to Kelsey Plum. Kelsey Plum up 6. Now to Gray. Jackie Young. Wide open 3. Down it goes for Jackie Young. That is 85 for the Las Vegas Aces to the Sparks 76. Under 3 minutes to play here in the 4th. And we got Canada open 3. Down it goes. 85-79. Well, my prediction's pretty much screwed. Well. That's a prediction anyway. So Plum has to pull out a screen. Gives it to Jackie Young. Out to Plum with 9 seconds on the shot clock to Wilson. Wilson, you got to get the shot. Spins. and will draw the contact, going to the line. That is team to foul number 5 on the Sparks. That's going to put the Sparks or the Aces in the bonus here in the 4th. And we get a timeout on the floor. Aces still holding a 6-point lead over the Sparks here tonight. I think overall, well, at least I was way off my prediction, because I actually had us winning 95-86, which is crazy. Which now that looks like, if this kind of holds up, may not happen, but we'll see. Anything can happen. Oh man. But overall, it's been a very, really good game, mostly for the Sparks on the defensive end of the floor. On actually both ends, actually, I will have to admit. I think overall, I like what I've seen so far. But yeah, I mean, right now it's just the Aces right now are just matching the Sparks. I mean, right now it close but no cigar. But like I said, I'm going to try to do a lot more of the try to do some WNBA. Actually, get a show going about the WNBA as well, and I kind of go over some games as well, and watch watch some film on some teams, and kind of bring it back up. Yeah, that is true, and that's the thing the Sparks at times have a tendency to do. They go like on these like scoring droughts that shouldn't be expected for a team that's not say like a rebuilding team, but like a retool team. So far here in 2023, I think overall, let me take a. I'm going to bring up the box score as well at the same time. We'll do an kind of like a end of the game analysis, and kind of give like on post game thoughts and reactions, stuff like that. So it's gonna be a lot of fun. But overall, for those who are just coming in, the current score right now, as it stands, it's 85-79. It's still a close 6-point game. Right now, these Aces are right now in the penalty, or actually right now in the bonus, courtesy of the Sparks, who already put themselves in foul trouble a little bit tonight as well. And that's the thing too. I think a lot of people, like, if you play really physical basketball, you will do that. I think once the once the Sparks actually can get that chemistry together going forward throughout the season, I think they're going to be a good team. I think they're going to have a really nice year. Coming off, let's be real, probably on an ugly looking season last year. I will admit that. But Jackie Young, for the longest, not for the longest time, but even last year was kind of a bit quiet last year with the Aces. She can get her points here and there, but this year, she's been one of the a big factor in how the Aces are operating, and that's what happens when you try to keep a good same core and try to add some nice pieces to it. That's the way I look at it. But I think overall, been a phenomenal game. Mostly but very ugly on the defensive end in terms of handling the basketball from the Aces. Jackie Young, 28 points, 12 of 18 from the floor, 4 of 7 from 3. Jackie Young, so far, second 20-plus point game here in this early young season. So we're going to have 2 free throws coming for Asia Wilson to put this, honestly not put this game on ice, but try to keep the lead extended away from the Sparks. And the first is good. 86-79. So Chene picks up her personal foul. That is true. Well, one of the best teams. And both free throws are good. 87-79. Here we go. We got Canada now taking up for the Sparks. Out to Ogumake. Now to Lexi Brown. Back to Samuelson. Samuelson out. And that is a turnover by the Sparks. Aces basketball. Yeah, that is true. Like, I have no issues with that. Like, and that's the one. I will talk more on that with Jackie Young, because I'm really liking what she's bringing so far earlier in the season. And that is going to be an offensive foul against the Aces. That's going to be on Jackie Young. Legal screen. All right. So 87-79. We're about to reach the 2-minute mark here in the 4th. Hamby to inbounded to, looks like to Jordan Canada, who leads the charge, taking it across the half court. And here we go. Under 2 minutes. Plum picking up Canada. Out. And that's out of bounds. Turnover by the Sparks. From Lexi Brown's attempted three. So now we got Gray. Picked up by Lexi Brown. Screened by Plum. Gray. Taking on Hamby. Pulls up from mid-range. Down it goes for Chelsea Gray. Now it's down to up to a 10-point lead for the Aces. And to Hamby, good for two. So 8-point lead. We got Gray. Screen by Plum. Now it gets a screen by Wilson, drawing a double team. Out to, and Alicia, and almost another turnover by the Sparks. Saved by Jordan Canada for going out of bounds. Under a minute. Samuelson for three. Down it goes. It's a 5-point game. And we get a timeout on the floor. We're at 59.2 remaining here in the fourth. Oh, man. Getting interesting towards the back stretch. Well, then again, that's kind of how we... I mean, us and the Sparks, we always somehow play really well against each other. We match up pretty well. Mm-hmm. All right. Shout out to the 70 that is in here, man. Welcome, everybody. We're coming down to the final stretch. So 59.2, 5-point game. Give me 96. That'll be very nice. All right, so we got a side out for Jackie Young to take the side out. So side out for Young. And gives it to Chelsea Gray. 57 seconds. Here we go. So Samuelson will draw the foul. And that's the fourth on Carly Samuelson at 52.5 remaining here in the fourth. That's going to be 2 free throws coming for Asia Wilson. Well, at least it looks like I'm getting close to my prediction already. 90. I just need 6 points for the Aces, 1 more for the Sparks. That would be nice. But then again, probably won't happen, especially for the amount of time. That is good. So 90, 89. Oh, yeah, right. So 90 to 84. Aces lead by 6 with under about 52 seconds remaining. And 1-2. So we got 51. Yeah, interesting. I don't know. Yeah, trust me. Hey, look, if I don't get close to it, hey, I was close enough. I was down close by 6, less than 6 points and 1 point for the Sparks. But I mean, hey, you really can't get stuff on the. So 51.6. Oh, 51.6 remaining as well here in the fourth. Asia Wilson with another double-double tonight. That's kind of how. A shout out to the 81 that is up in here, man. I appreciate everyone coming through. Like I said, I'll do this every so often, but I enjoy, try something different and get right back into it. Because with the NBA kind of winding down, with the WNBA coming around, so it's going to be a lot of fun. So we got 51.6, 1 and 2 for Asia Wilson from the free throw line. It's a 6-point game. What's good, Francis Domingo? Appreciate that. Shout out to the Philippines coming through. So side out for the Sparks. So we got a bet on the Sparks. Okay. Understandable. And quick inbound out to Canada. Canada off the glass. Cannot finish. We got a foul underneath. And that's going to be the third team foul on the Aces. Yeah, it looks like Kelsey Plum looks like she's all right. Kind of look like. Hey, look. But once you play with your in-conference rival, like you'll get games like these. So I got to give a lot of credit. I got to give the Sparks a lot of credit though for making my Sparks or my Aces look really bad in the first half. But the first free throw is no good by Chini Agumake. Damn, a $13 bet on the Sparks. Good. Well, that's that may not work out for you. 1 and 2 from the line. Hey, we got the 85. We need 2 threes, and I'll be set. All right, 9. So Sparks are 14 from 20 from the free throw line. And we get a foul. Yeah, that was on that previous foul. Agumake was 1 for 2 from the free throw line. So 29.7, and Jackie Young to at least put up a 30 burger. Good God. And the first, that is good. 91-85. And we get a timeout by the Sparks. So 29, 7/10 remaining here in the fourth. Now I just need to. I do have PayPal though, which is linked down below. Or we also have super chats as well. Not yet. We still got another 29.7, but the next upcoming schedule Saturday we're home against the Sparks at 9:00. Then we're back home against the Lynx on Sunday. Then we play the Dream, the Fever. 2 road games on the 2nd and the 4th, and 2 games against the Connecticut Sun on the 6th and the 8th. Yeah, it's pretty much what they're going to be. It looks like that's pretty much what they're going to be doing. They always do it all the time, and it's kind of the same standard rules. But time's left finished. Like I said, not yet. We still got to go through. All right. So Canada inbound. And we got Lexi Brown out to Samuelson for 3. Cannot hit it. And Wilson with the rebound. And there's going to be a foul on the Sparks. So 20.9 remaining. 92-85. So Wilson to the line for 2. And the first free throw is good. And for those who are just coming, I don't know. That's the one thing. And second free throw is good. All right, 19 seconds, 94-85. Yeah, I need the 2 points to make out my prediction. Damn it. I need one more. And floater cannot hit. Offensive board. It gets blocked up top, out of bounds. Stays with the Spark. I need the 1 point in. I need 1 point for both teams. Damn it. And that is going to do it. The Aces pull out 94-85. Close enough. Close enough by prediction. Woohoo! And the Aces move to 2-0. And obviously the Sparks dropped to 1-1 of the season. Great game for both teams. That's kind of what you would expect for between these two teams. I think overall, like I said, going overall. But I think overall, I like what. But yeah, it was a really good game. Obviously, very ugly by my Aces of taking care of the basketball. I said 90. Wait, what did I say? I said 95-86. I missed 2 points combined for two teams. Son of a bitch. Hey, I was close enough. That's besides the point. But I think overall, I think give the Sparks a lot of credit. Actually, that's kind of what the Sparks are pretty much. They're such a scrappy team. Obviously with a better, a first-year head coach that actually was in the WNBA finals last year with the Connecticut Sun. So they got themselves a good one. Obviously not having Nneka Ogwumike kind of did hurt them a little bit. And I think overall, the thing what hurt us was turnovers. I think as a team, let's be real, we're very careless with the basketball. But overall, I like what I've seen out of the Sparks early on. But we're gonna play them again against Saturday at home in Vegas. I'm not gonna be available for that. Like I said, I might not do every single game for the Aces, but I will have I will do a lot of some games as well here and there. But besides the point, besides the fact, it's still a young season. I know people are going to say, the Sparks are trash and stuff like that. For me, I wanted to wait till give me like 20 games for some of these teams to see where they are, because it is a 40-game season now. So if, say, we're going to have to see how the Sparks are looking for the first 20 games. Same with my Aces. It all depends on what this team's really looking like. Jack Young pretty much had a game of her life. 30 points, 2 assists, 3 rebounds. A'ja Wilson, pretty much she's a double-double machine. 19 points, 13 boards. Chelsea Gray, 6 points, 16 points actually, 8 assists, 1 rebound. Kelsey Plum, took a bit of a step back tonight. Chiney Ogwumike, 19 points, 3 assists, 8 rebounds. Not too shabby stat line. Dearica Hamby, that's kind of how Dearica Hamby is. She'll give you 10 plus points a night, but she's more of like a facilitator than anything else, and really good rebounder. She gave you 11 points, 2 assists, 5 boards. Lexi Brown, 15 points, 5 assists, 3 rebounds, and both Carly Samuelson and Jordan Canada right now with 11 points each, with Canada with 4 assists and 6 rebounds. But yeah, so the Aces moved to 2-0 on the season, and the Sparks moved to 1-1. Like I said, I appreciate everyone who tuned in. Just do the fun of it, actually. That being said, shout out to every single one of you guys who new. Make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe. Have a good night, everybody.